So hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the first order system with the capacity of energy storage. Okay, so I am going to derive the transfer function of this particular process, and after in the next subsequent lecture I will be discussing the numerical questions on this particular topic. Okay, so if you will see these types of question that is going to ask, that is totally based on the transfer function. There will be a step input, there is a ramp input, or there will be a sinusoidal input of the in a first order system, and they will be asking the output or response of the particular process. Okay, so just understand how we will derive the first order system with the capacity of energy storage. Understand one thing: if this is a process, okay, and you are supplying heat with the help of a coil, and the coil inlet temperature is Tc. Okay, and I'm just going to assume the temperature of this system is after a time t, that is going to T. Okay, and in the question there may be the steady state value of the tank temperature at initial condition may be given. Okay, so how will you understand if this coil will supply a q amount of heat to this particular system? Then what will happen if this q amount of heat will change the internality of this particular process? If there is a fluid element, there is a fluid that is placed in this particular container, then what will happen if rho is density of fluid, tank fluid, okay, Cp, that is heat capacity, and V, that is the volume. V is the volume of tank, and that will be equal to the volume of the fluid element that is placed in this particular container. So if you will say, then you will get rho V Cp, okay, dt upon dt, that is equals to Q, and that is equals to U A, okay, T coil inlet temperature minus temperature of the tank. Okay, so I am writing it here, T coil, that is inlet temperature of coil, and T, that is temperature of tank fluid, that is our output response. Okay, and T coil is our inlet response. Okay, now understand one thing, how will we derive? So if you will divide these things with the help of this one, then what will happen? Rho V Cp upon UA. A is, this is the AC area of heat transfer area of the coil. Okay, so this is the thing that you can get from here in the derivation part, dt upon dt. Okay, that is equals to T of coil, that is our input, and T, that is our desired output. So you can write tau dt upon dt, that is equals to T of coil minus T. Okay, and here the tau, that is equals to rho V Cp upon UA. U is overall heat transfer coefficient and is area of cross section. So here I am writing U, that will be given overall heat transfer and AC coil area. So if you don't know these things, then definitely you will be studying in the heat transfer, or I will discuss in the heat transfer topic. So you don't have to bother about these particular things. Just try to understand here how we used to derive the transfer function for the process only. Okay. So from here, if you will see from the you have got the formula tau dt upon dt plus T, that is equals to T of coil. So my dear student, this is first order transfer function, first order differential equation, and if you will see tau dt upon dt plus T of, sorry, T, okay, that is equals to T of coil. Now if you will take Laplace, taking Laplace, then you will be getting tau s into T plus T, okay, that is equals to T of coil, and from here if you will comment T, then you will be getting tau s plus 1, that is equals to T of coil. I am just writing all the things in the deviation variable, okay. I am not writing it separately. And from here you will be getting T upon T of coil, that is equals to 1 upon tau s plus 1. So this is your transfer function. This, now understand one thing, what is the actual significance of this? T, that is tank temperature, that is tank temperature, and T coil, this is coil inlet temperature. If they will be changing the coil inlet temperature, okay, there is a step input of coil inlet temperature is 10 degrees centigrade, then they will be asking the output response, okay. So you can write here T upon T of coil, that is equals to 1 upon rho v Cp upon UA into S plus 1. So this is your desired transfer function for the system having capacity to storage energy, okay. Generally we have seen in this particular thing. So if you will see, then this is your desired transfer function that you have to remember, that is value of tau that you have to remember. They will be giving a step input in coil temperature, okay, and here you can write this is a T, that time that you have to calculate at any time of tank, anytime tank the temperature that you have to calculate, and this is the value of tau, okay. Just understand one thing. Now understand how, because this, you are getting these types of transfer function from first order differential equation, then this is a first order process. So understand one thing, if you are giving a step input here, okay, if this is t of coil versus time, this is a step input, okay. uh, this is a step input, then what will happen, you will be getting the output of the tank. I am drawing it is in this way, T of tank, that is I am writing tank, T of tank. So there must be a steady state value, and you will be getting these things in this way, okay. How? Understand one thing, because if there is a transfer function here gs, that is equals to 1 upon tau s plus 1, okay, 1 upon tau s plus 1. Now if if T coil, I am just going to apply T coil, that is equals to m by s. M is the magnitude of a step input. So what will happen, so T, okay, that is in the deviation variable T, that is equals to m upon s, okay, into 1 upon tau s plus 1. So from here if you will apply the Laplace, then you will be getting T, that is equals to m into 1 minus e to the power minus of t by tau, 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau. So my dear student, from here you can understand these things very easily. If this is in the deviation variable, so if you want to write t at any time t minus ts, this steady state value will be given, that is equals to m into 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau. So if ts is, just understand one thing, 10 degrees centigrade or 100 degrees centigrade is given, m you are going to apply a step input of 20 degrees centigrade here, okay. So from here you can calculate the temperature of tank after a time, okay. Just like t is given 5 second, okay, and tau is given to tau, you don't have to calculate all these things that will be given for the calculation of tau that is equals to rho v cp upon ua, that already I have told you, where rho is density of fluid element that is placed inside the tank, v is the volume of tank or volume of fluid that is placed in rho, cp heat capacity, this will be heat capacity, u is overall heat transfer coefficient, a is area of cross sectional, okay. So that thing that you can understand from here also. So this is the part that I have discussed here for the heat capacity storage, okay. Now the second transfer function that I am going to derive discuss here, that is further. transfer function for continuous stirred tank reactor CSTR. It's an important question that can be asked in the GATE examination. Okay, if your derivation part is very clear, then definitely you will be able to solve the question from here. Which types of question that is going to arises here? They will be giving input, okay, and they will be asking about the response of the output or output. Okay, so understand one thing: how will we draw? How will we derive? So I am assuming FA node is the inlet flow rate of the reaction mixture and FA is outlet flow rate. If the reaction taking place in this CSTR is getting converted into P and K is the rate of reaction, and this reaction is first order reaction, my dear student, first order reaction. Okay, so now understand one thing: what's happening here. This is a continuous stir tank reactor. The reaction mixture will be here. Now what is happening here? There will be you have to apply the material balance for particular component A. Okay, if you will apply the material balance, then what will happen? That FA node inlet minus FA, that is out, minus what will happen? There is a consumption of reactant A to product. So consumption you can write minus of RA into V. Okay, that is equals to what? Accumulation d upon dt of V of Ca. That is the accumulation. That is the material balance for the component A. From here you can derive the relation. So if volumetric flow rate of is V naught, here it will be also V naught. Okay, so what will happen? You can write V naught Ca naught. So here it will be a Ca naught inlet concentration, and in the reaction this will be Ca and this will be Ca. The concentration inside the reactor will be equal to the outside, because there is infinite radial mixing inside the infinite mixing inside the CSTR. Okay, so you can write V naught Ca minus of KCA, that is the rate of reaction, into volume of the reactor, that is equals to V will be common because constant hold up system, that we have to assume d upon dt of Ca. Okay, now understand one thing. So you can write V naught Ca naught minus, you can take it common VCA. So you can write V naught plus Kv, that is equals to V dCA by dt. That thing you can write from here. Now my dear student, what you can write here from here in the derivation, now understand one thing, just let this term in this way, arrange this thing dCA upon, I am not doing anything, that is totally a mathematics now, because you have got the first order differential equation and you already know how you used to derive these things from first order differential equation. V naught Ca. Okay, now understand, divide by with this term on both sides. So what will you get? V upon V naught plus Kv dCA by dt plus Ca, that is equals to V naught upon V naught plus Kv, and that is equals to Ca naught. So you have got the first order differential equation, and from here already you know that tau, that is equals to, if you will compare, that is equals to B upon V naught plus Kv, and my dear student, the gain of the process, that is equals to V naught upon V naught plus Kv. If you will compare, then it's very easy thing that you can calculate. So we have got the transfer function for the first order equation, that first order reaction that is taking place in the CSTR, that is equals to, now V is volume of the reaction mixture, already I have written in starting. V naught is the volumetric flow rate, and K is the rate constant of the reaction. Kp the process gain, it will be the process gain, and tau, that is equals to the time constant of the process. So my dear student, from here you can get Ca, that is outlet concentration, upon Cai, that is inlet concentration. I have written the form of deviation variable, and that is, I am assuming the steady state value, initial steady state value of the output and input is also 0. Okay, so that is equals to Kp upon tau s plus 1. So from here you have got that is a first order first order transfer function for the continuous STR tank reactor if first order reaction is taking place in a CSTR. Okay. Now understand one thing, what's happening here. If there is a step input you are going to apply here, if there is a CAI and if you are going to apply a step input at t is equals to 0 here, okay, in a step input of a unit 1 mole per liter, here the unit will be mole per liter. Okay, so what will be the output you will be getting after a step input? Already I have told you, if the deviation a steady state value of the output is 0 at any initially, so you will be getting these types of graph, because from here. Okay, so you can get CA, that is equals to how much M and Kp into 1 minus e की power minus t by tau for a step input. I am just driving this for a step input. Okay, so this is CA if provided that CAS that is equals to 0. Otherwise, if CS won't be 0, then this will come CA minus CS. So each and everything I have written in the form of deviation very well. That's why you will be getting these types of graph from here. I think it's very clear to all of you. The two transfer function that I have discussed here, that is first is energy capacity, energy storage for a process, and second is the continuous state and reactor for the first order reaction. Okay. So thanks for this lecture today, and I will be discussing the numerical based on this particular topic in my next lecture. Okay. Thank you.